What's up, guys? So I'm back now with the video. I did post it not so long ago, well, like 3-4 days ago. The Q&As that I'll be doing. So this is the next video that I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do the Q&As, questions and answers about the build, about whatever questions you guys want. I don't really care what kind of questions I get. I'm gonna answer them truthfully and how I feel about it, and probably give a little bit more information than most. Right now I'm just inside my theory room. There's the only quiet spot that I have. But yeah. Alright, so first question from the homie that underscore Z32, homie Kylan. When are you coming to collab with that underscore Z32, and will you let me drive your car? So that's the homie. Been messaging from time to time saying when we can collab. Currently right now the car is down, so I can't necessarily collab, but I mean I'm down to just hang out sometime, you know, doing a video, main introduction, whatever it is. How you collab is gonna be my first collab. But yeah, but I'm down. For me letting you drive my car. I don't know you as that much, but I do know you do drift your Z, which is cool. But we'll see what time tells. Currently right now the car is down, so we have to put that on pause. Next question we have Z32 Brian. When did you decide to go 2JZ rather than LS, RB26, or VG30 DETT? So I get this question a lot. Everyone asks me, well, why 2JZ? Why not VG? Why not LS? Why not B? Honestly, it's pretty much that I got more support on the 2J than any other build, or any other motor in this case. The VG30, originally my car was a twin turbo, 1993, 75,000 miles, came out from Lancaster, 2 bad injectors, shocks. Got it for 5,300. Motor was still healthy, VG30 DETT. Never experienced any turbo car other than the Z32. But I got lucky, I would say. The homie Marvin with this 2JZ, he was the first one in Socal. Instagram m.c.z32. Marvin, he's literally one of the biggest influencers in this build, because he was the first 2JZ swap Z32 in Socal. Bruh. When I had my VG, he would gap me. Any gear, from a dig, head start, he would gap me bad. And all I had was a turbo, a log manifold, an exhaust, and that's pretty much it. stock fuel injector, stock fuel pump, and and the 6-speed get rag, because you know he's a baller. That bean can work, that fucking pinto bean. But easy. Thanks to Marvin with this 2J swap, that he wanted to do a different swap, which is the VVTI. He decided to scrap everything and just start from the ground up, which is the reason why he's taking so long. Kaizen Motorsports is doing his swap. On why to do the 2J swap, it's thanks to the homie Corey. Corey had a 2J swap Z32 GTE non-VVTI in the East Coast. At that time, he spun a rod on his, and at that moment he decided to go upgrade to a VVTI head. So Marvin hit me up telling me, oh, buy his head for your swap, because I got Marvin's motor, then his part, and then what also led to me getting more parts is because shortly after I bought Corey's head, his GTE non-VVTI head with BC stage 3 cams, springs, retainers, new valve stem seals, everything was done to it. The cam gears. Then after that, he shortly decided to ditch his R154 trans setup, and I decided to purchase it as well. And so one thing led to another. He decided to part out his 2JZ Z32 over there in the East Coast. At first, I had a little trust issues, you know, across country, a lot of money being played, but he's a real cool dude. hooked me up on pricing on the parts. Pretty much all the parts he had, we did a like a payment plan because of course I didn't have the cash on the spot. But thanks to Corey, major shout out to Corey for being patient and for also for hooking it up with those parts. Literally everything, nearly everything you see on the Z32 came from his car. The radiator setup, the intercooler setup, the intercooler piping, the throttle, the intake setup, the drive shaft, transmission, the big brake kit, also the fuel lines, fuel system, injectors, fuel rail, throttle body. I'm telling you, everything came from him. Custom cluster, gauges, what else? Cluster gauges. Have some 94 door pan. Well, not the full 94 and up door panels. Z32 owners know what that is. But yeah, the door panels, everything else. He literally just did a pricing, pretty much a monthly payments, and then just every time I was working hard, getting the cash out, then decided it was like, oh, you know what, let's just do payments, and he was on board on it. So that also gave me a huge push onto doing this 2J swap project, instead of any other motor. Honestly, RB26, it's hard to source out parts, and if you do source out parts, it's always more expensive. And aside from that, I also heard bad things about having the turbo on the driver's side, because we have the master slave cylinders. You're gonna have heating issues with your brake, your booster, all that other stuff. But I didn't necessarily investigate too much into the RB one, because again, I was more convinced of the 2J because the displacement, and then the parts are easier to come by. You could literally find 2JZ parts all over the place in the US, so it made it a lot easier. Excuse me. Oh, Jesus. That lunch. But yeah, that's the reason why I decided to go 2J on that one. I did have the VG30 leaking head gasket. Turbos was going bad. Sold it to another Socal resident over here. His name is Jose. He literally bought everything I had for that, for my VG. Price wise, I think the VG was gonna be a lot more expensive than the 2J build. And aside from that, it's not common over here in SoCal as well. So that's also another factor that I had to doing the 2J swap Z32 project. The VG, 2 turbos, 4 cams, everything is pretty much hard to come by. Oh, not hard to come by, but expensive. You do also don't have a lot of shops that are specialized in the VG. Specialty Z, I know a couple other people that work backyard pretty much building the VG. Not a lot of people over here that would be, oh yeah, so sure, swing by the VG and then just work on it. Sal, he's doing an incredible job helping SoCal Z32 owners, NAs, TTs, or NA to TT conversions, things like that, to assist them, which is pretty cool. So I was pretty cool on doing that. But LS, I didn't really think much about it. I never had a V8 vehicle, powered vehicle in my life, so I really didn't even think about that. And I decided to just keep it Japanese, 2JZ and then Nissan, a hybrid, you would say. The best of both worlds, Toyota power, Nissan looks, and everything else. But that's pretty much the reason why I decided to go 2JZ. Then I had Juice Performance, of course, always literally helped me from the beginning to where we are right now with the swap, so I can be here without him, honestly. The days and nights that he put in, I'm very grateful for what he did for that. So again, that's the reason why I decided to go 2JZ. So let's go to the next one. Okay, next question is Aurelian_Williams. Question is, how much power does the Z make? Currently right now it's 493 horsepower with 407 torque on pump gas and on spring wastegate, which is 15 psi. That's the power I'm making as right now. I am gonna go with with Barty. Barty is a real close friend. He's crazy busy right now because he works for a Nissan race shop. So I went with someone else just to get everything based out so I could drive my Z. Uh, Thanks to Bubba Tuning. Bubba's the one that tuned my car. Pretty much give me a solid scratch tune just to get it driving, to drive it from point A to point B. He did say if I was gonna floor it or give it a little bit more power or abuse it or hit it a little bit more. He just told me to add some fuel additive from VP Fuels, Matadditive, I think it's called. But yeah, thanks to Bubba Tuning for taking me in quickly to get the car stable, pretty much, I would say, because it was running stupid rich. Like the fumes of the gas over the exhaust would burn your eyes. So we got that done. Thanks to Bubba Tuning on that one. But I'm definitely gonna go with my friend Barty, aka Juan Vargas, aka the SR20 swap Z32 that's gonna come out pretty soon. I can't wait for that. He's been very busy, but I'm gonna definitely go with Barty after I fix my transmission issue that I'm currently having. He's currently working at the Nissan race shop, and he's crazy busy and always, so I gotta find a way to get myself scheduled into there. But I'm more definitely gonna go with Barty for my flex fuel tune, E85, and my pump tune. Again, I'm probably gonna decrease on horsepower on the pump gas to, more economical, longer, more higher MPG if I can. If I can't, oh well, I'll just stick to how I am right now. But I'm definitely gonna go with Barty for the kill tune, pretty much, you could say. Next question. Okay, so the next question is, fuck. Like I told you guys, I don't care who asks me what kind of question, I'm gonna answer it, because again, it's a Q&A. I'm gonna probably have shit and giggles up on this one. Like I said, I don't really care what kind of question you guys have. I'm gonna answer it no matter what. If it's insulting, I'll tell you if it's insulting, but honestly, I could really give a shit less. But we have here Hedda_Junior26. Why you got a bucket that never runs, and why is it so slow? I know this guy, so I'm not really bothered by this question. But to answer this question, well, this bucket, it ran for 3 months. Had to correct a few little bugs that we had after tuning, but drove perfectly fine. I was up in that Tascadero driving all over the place, no issues at all. It's slow because it's on pump gas and it's literally just on a scratch tune right now, so it's not even at full potential, just to answer your question. But again, I'm gonna answer any questions you guys give me, so because I gotta make content for this video. So thank you, Hedda. Mr. Fivehead, Mr. AKA hairline is all the way in the back of his skull, but yeah. Just to show you a picture of who he is, that's the homie right there. Hedda, aka Six Head right there. Look at the hairline though. Nah, I'm just kidding. Love Hedda. Even though he's annoying sometimes, it's like the annoying hate type of relationship. Yeah, but we're cool. Alright, next one is... Okay, next question is from Alex G1717. Best clutch to run on a Z32. Honestly, there's not a solid answer for this one. It really depends on your car and how you drive. And yeah, so if you're NA or TT, it's gonna vary. If you're making more power, you need a more aggressive clutch to hold down. If you're running less power, you don't need such an aggressive clutch. It'll just be a waste of money, honestly. If you're going, let's say you're NA and then you decide to go with a stage 5 clutch. It doesn't make any sense for you to go overkill on that. But yeah, I just recommend, if you're OEM, stay OEM clutch as much. If you're doing more power, then that's when you start upgrading your clutch. But from what I ran was ACT clutch when I was TT. Then when I'm 2JZ, I used the same setup that Corey had in his 2J swap. Was the Evolution Lightweight Flywheel with the Spec D clutch. Was using that one, and now I'm going with the twin disc from Clutch Masters FX 850 series. Thanks to Andrew for the hookup on that one, because now I got a twin disc, but now I got to solve another issue with the trans. Alright, so okay, next question is from Morelord. What do you think of Enki TS9 on dark gray Z32s like yours? I have a charcoal pearl TT, but I'm having a tough time choosing some nice wheels that don't break the bank. Honestly, you could go with any wheels you want, but let me search up the TS9s. I've never seen those. Enki TS9 wheels. Images. Okay, those are pretty cool. I mean, for a car, I think for the Z32, I think they'll look nice. But you gotta, depending on what size wheels you go with, if you go with 18s, you gotta beef up the brakes so that way there's not a lot of room in there, you know? I find it kind of awkward when you're doing bigger wheels but no big brakes or bigger rotors or anything just to fill in that gap. But that's just me though. Honestly, I started off with what was that? Miros 398s. Those were my first wheels that I bought. Well, I lie. I have two other sets of wheels that I bought for the car. Let's see. I don't have a picture on this one, but yeah. Just go with the ones you think will look the best. Honestly, these wheels don't look that bad at all. Silver looks very good with the dark gray. I painted my Miros 398s with the 370Z brilliant silver color, their color code, and it came out pretty nice. I liked it. Honestly, aside from those, the Enki RPS, they look nice too. Super cheap too. It won't hurt the bank at all. But yeah, those wheels, I do agree. I say you go with those. Question is the_Monica. What if I don't have a question? Well, I don't know how to ask a question. Any kind of question, honestly. Let's see. This question is from medicine.gt. How much money you spent on the Z? That's a good question. I honestly think I'm spending way from actually buying the car to the point we are now. I would say I'm over 30K. Stock TT, legitimately bone stock GT, bone stock TT. I would say 30K. 30K. That would probably be the number there. 35 maybe at the most, because when I was TT, for the first year I didn't do much modding to it because it was already fast. I just did the maintenance, the oil changes, spark plugs, coil packs, what else? I also did the injectors. The injectors were bad, the shocks were bad, and that's it. And then tires, because they were cracked at that moment. Then literally after that year, that's when I started getting more into cars. I decided to get more performance mod. HKS high power exhaust was my first purchase. After that, it was the Z1 test pipes, then the MSRP, oh I lie. Then it was the one piece dry shafts because my dry shaft was fucking up. Then that's when I upgraded from the OEM clutch to the ACT clutch. And then from there, I started adding more mods and more mods. Literally 2 years, I got the Miro 398s. Again, payments. I got so lucky with some payments. I mean, once you can't afford it, you can't afford it. But sometimes they work out with you like, oh, I could do payments. It works out. You just really got to trust the guy and the guy got to trust you type of situation. Got the T37 reps, the Miro 398s. Coilovers came right after that, and then I was rubbing super bad because I didn't know what size tires to get. So that was bad. It was rubbing so much that my right passenger fender was caught on fire for a little bit. But after all that rubbing, and it opened up, and then I went to somebody to roll my fenders. Originally, I had the homie Charlie. We hit it with the bat, we hit it with the hammer, and that's why I had bacon fenders. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a paint that's probably going to be towards the end once I get the whole car situated and dialed in. Paint is probably going to be next, so a nice paint job to remove the dents and things like that. But after that, from VG going to 2J, I would say I'm probably like 25, 26K in. But that's everything done. Big brakes, again, like how I said in the first question, big brakes, everything done to the motor, the trans, some aero, the veil side wing that I got. I haven't put it on yet because I need to color match it. My Gandor mirrors, got to color match that. My Ionic carbon fiber side skirts, 99 spec. Carbon fiber mud guards, again from Ionic. I still need to put that on. And I need to put on my Wind Factory custom splitter, the J-spec version of it with winglets, with the little wings on the side. I always like those, so I had to keep it that way. Definitely got to put that on. What else do I need? That visually, everything else is just there. But yeah, I think I'm around 26K from cosmetics to performance. 26K, 27K at the most. Hopefully I don't go to 30K going to 2J, but yeah, it's going there. And I get these questions, so I'm gonna answer them because I gotta make this video longer. From ZL1 Romo, are you gay? No, I'm not gay. I got a girl. Becky with the good hair. Are you down to suck me up? Questions like this, I think, Romo, you got to come out of the closet sooner or later, bro. Are you down to suck me up? Come on. So yeah. Thank you, Romo, for the awkward question. Question BCS300Z, the RB swapped Z32 from Hawaii, RB26. As for your question, why the 2JZ? What were the motivations for that engine, and what were the goals overall? Again, 2JZ because I had, again, I have resources that were there to help, and pricing wise, they were there over the VG because, again, I felt like it was going to be more expensive because there's not a lot of people that were working on VGs, and I fear like it would cost a lot because it's specialized. There's like slim to none people that work on Z32s nowadays. What were your motivations for that engine, and what were my goals overall? Honestly, it's a car that I could beat on anytime, any given day. I'm more likely, after I've been driving the Z32, stay a little bit far away from the track events, like circuit track, those type of events, because I still haven't figured out everything dialed in. Like, we literally just got it running. It's not overheating or anything like that, but I'm still got to get used to the car. So pretty much I have to relearn it. I definitely already went to Irwindale, which was okay. No overheating, no nothing like that. But the car wasn't running at its 100. It's pretty much just running just to run. Did a 866. On that, on Irwindale, it's a 1/8 mile. Forgot the miles per hour. Again, no two-step, no anti-lag, no nothing, no boost by gear. Literally just me, and let's just see what it does. Did a couple burnouts and just went for it, and the fastest I ever did that night was 866. I feel like top end is where the 2JZ actually does its work, because I do have a Borg-Warner S369. Again, boost does not go on low end, but on top end when it hits hard. So I think a quarter mile is probably going to be more to my territory than a 1/8 of a mile. Next question is from Eric_the Hulk. Who's your personal photographer, and why don't you shout him out? Well, my personal photographer is Eric_the Hulk. Ever since I met him, shoots, videos, things like that, I always could rely on him. Even though he's lagging shortly a bit, he knows what I mean. And just major shout out to Eric underscore the Hulk. I always recommend anyone that wants to shoot, anyone that wants to do videos. Is located in Baldwin Park area. So again, if you need any shoots or anything like that, any videos, I highly recommend him. Sometimes I go out with him to assist him because again, he needs a ride or needs someone to drive. Meanwhile, he does the rolling shots. But yeah, I highly recommend going with Eric. He's located in the Baldwin Park area. Verks CFW. What made you want to 2J the 300ZX? Again, the resources. There's really no other Socal 2J swap Z32. Again, first one was Marvin, Carlos Bonilla, Pac-Man, aka Pac-Man Z. He's currently doing his, still not running yet, and he started way before me. Myself, 2 years, 5 months took me to do my project because money-wise, and the other one that I do have, well, not me, but another friend of mine. Let's see. Again, it's Marvin, Carlos Bonilla, aka Pac-Man Z. Next one is Anthony. Anthony's just had a newborn, so his is on halt right now, and then he just moved out to Las Vegas, so technically he's not SoCal. But aside from that, there's also another one that's coming out pretty soon. Literally like pretty soon to come out play. Jose, he's from the Valley area, a red one, the one I post on Juices. When I'm at Juices, it's the red one. He's going VVTI though, so that's another 2JZ32 that's coming out. But I definitely say watch out for Marvin. His is gonna be a fucking monster. Me personally knowing him, so I know he could drive his cars. He has his NSX, he has his big black truck, turbo diesel, and then he has a Supra right now with the W58 transmission. But I guarantee you, once his comes out to play, nobody won't want to play with his, because that thing is gonna be insane. I'm excited for him. I really can't wait to see his car in action. Like, I know he's gonna get me. One, because driver mod, because I really gotta relearn my car. I don't know what it is, but he does know how to drive his cars. His NSX, he's the type of guy that doesn't like babying shit. He buys a car because he wants to drive the car, not just to keep it in garage, storage value and things like that. Trust me, this guy, he knows how to drive. Highly recommend. If you run him, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into on that one. But he's also one of the biggest influencers there. But again, yeah, it's because I just wanted to do 2J swap because of the resources, and because it's not that very common over here in SoCal. So I wanted to do something different as well, and also get, I would say, more bang on my buck at the moment, because I didn't know anybody that could work. Well, there's a selected few that could work on VGs, but at that moment I didn't have the cash or anything else at that moment, like where they requested it, like, oh, we need cash now in order to work on your car and things like that. So I got lucky with Juice, Marvin, and Corey, who literally, thanks to all three of them, I have my car how it is right now. And aside from that, I also got to thank Kaizen Motorsport for supplying the refreshing parts, the rods, the pistons, the ARP head studs, main studs, the gaskets, all I needed for the swap. Marvin for supplying the motor, Barty for supplying my custom oil cooler kit, Juice for doing legitimately all the work to the car, and for putting up with my annoying ass, because I know I'm pretty annoying, asking all kinds of questions, getting all kinds of intel from other people. But again, not every swap is the same. I learned this thanks to Juice. You're going to run into issues that other people have not run into, and people have run into the same issue, but it's not the same solution to your issue. It's always something different. A swap is never 110% the same. It's always different. I just feel like I had to put that in there, because it never is the same. I learned that a lot. Again, thanks to Juice for being super patient with me. Any other shop would probably just fuck off and take your car, you know? So again, let's go to the next question. Again, here we go with 01 Roma. Would you rather suck a dick or take a dick? I wouldn't do both. Mm-mm. I don't know why would you even ask that, but okay. And then again, Romo, would you rather sit on a chair that has a dick or eat a dick? I'd rather not sit, I'd rather just stand. Perfectly fine with standing, I don't necessarily have to sit down. What if the doctors told you you were the first male to be pregnant? I think that already happened. I read the story about this, but yeah. Next, Nissan underscore 300ZX underscore 91. Fine ass woman. Well, thank you. It's not necessarily a question, but thank you. Um, you know, the Hispanics just outside. Jesus. No, I'm just kidding. That's my dad. My dad and his workers. But yeah. So next question. Z32. He's another friend of mine. Why are the Honda guys still faster than you? Driver mod. Honestly, that B-Tech just kills, you know? I honestly haven't raced any Honda, so I can't really say to tell you the truth on this. So I know he's just trolling. Next question is Lonnie Boothang. Say you sell your Z, what would you buy next? If I were to sell my Z, I would probably buy '07 Corvette Z06. Yeah, that's literally one of my dream cars. Z06 Corvette. Those things are badass. Don't need a lot of tuning or anything. I mean, not a lot of performance parts. Just literally get up and go. They're already fast as hell, light. Uh, a lot of people been trolling saying that Corvettes never hook or always spinning, but they're they're really nice and they're fast and it's coupe. I always had coupes, so if I would probably buy a Z06. If money or nothing was nothing other than that, like no issues like that, I would probably go with the ZR1. That's what I'd probably go. They bid underscore M. Can I test fit your wheels on my Z? LOL. Honestly, I don't mind. My car is currently right now sitting at Juice in Glendora. But if you guys want, I mean, well, if you want, just hit me up. I really don't mind. But if you scratch my wheels or like chip them or something like that, best believe there's gonna be a little compensation that you need to pay. Next one, a tasty marshmallow. A underscore tasty underscore marshmallow. If you could swap for another engine, which would it be? Being realistic. If I had to go with another choice, I would probably go LS. I've been lately been driving Romo's Z01, and honestly, I'm starting to get more and more fall in love with the V8s. Again, I never owned a V8 in my life or a car that was V8 powered. I'll more likely go with an LS swap. Yeah, it's cheap. It's there. It's in any junkyard you could find. So I'll probably go LS if I had that choice. Nick.iz. Oh, it's on me, Nick. Is that an RB26 DETT? Crazy enough, I've been asked that a couple times when I went to Huntington beach cruise meet or beach meet out there. Two people told me, "Oh, nice RB, bro, nice RB26," but they were like 110% committed that it was an RB26 in there. I was told over in Atascadero too at the car show Z Day. They said, "Oh, is no nice RB." I'm like, "It's not an RB. The turbo's on the opposite side, and it looks a lot different. It's literally just there." RB slanted a little bit, but yeah, I don't know why. Sick ass 13B dog. Nick trolling again. Nick.izi. Suck a dick or let your mom die. I would suck a dick. Plain and simple. I love my mom. If there's any way I could save her, I would do anything and anything. Thanks to her, I'm here. So, savage underscore genesis underscore. That's the homie Brandon. We swap wheels, so he has my Enki's wheels, and I have his Gram lights, 57 Extremes. When are we gonna see 1,000 horsepower? Honestly, the motor and turbo combination could technically hit the 1,000 horsepower mark, but I do need to upgrade the fuel injectors. Also, I need to swap out the trans. That trans is not meant to go 1,000. I could hit it like once or twice, but that's about it. I'm more likely gonna do a 6-speed or another transmission swap, a T56 probably. That's later down the road. I'm still not in that area yet. I'm just want to drive my car right now, get a feel for it, relearn it pretty much because driver mod is bad. So yeah, so I really got to relearn that whole thing from scratch. It sucks, but it is what it is. I gotta relearn it. It's Facebook and look at those. Raul Hernandez, how do you do a burnout? Easy. You push down the clutch, give the revs up a little bit high. Of course, not like 3,000, like really high, like 4 to 5. You release the clutch. Don't stomp on the brake. I learned that the hard way. Step on the brake and then do your burnout. Make sure you're not burning out the clutch or anything like that. This is pretty much a troll because I fucked up my clutch because I did a burnout. But I mean, I posted videos on when I went to air window and things like that. Shit happens. It wasn't a brand new clutch, but I mean, I'm not to make excuses. It happened. Let's just move forward. Juan Gomez, ¿cuánto por tus nalgas? Nalgas are not for sale. They're already owned by Becky G. Well, Becky. And then Gerardo Munoz, hey, those nalgas are mine. Nah, homie, stay away. Gerardo, that's also Hera_Junior26. That's if you guys don't know. And then next one is Gerardo Lugo Rivera, aka G. When will this build run right? It's a trial and error right now. It's not going to necessarily one thing or the other, but I ran for 3 months perfectly fine, no issues, until I ran into my transmission clutch problem. So yeah, that's it on that one. That's all the questions. Pretty weird questions, honestly, but yeah. Well, there you have it. Again, more likely, we'll give you a slight little update on the car. We already put in the twin disc clutch, the Clutch Masters FX 850 series, with the new flywheel and everything. Everything's properly installed, but we still have an issue with moving the vehicle. The car moves itself, but it doesn't. It moves like it's slipping. But I'm pretty sure, again, like I explained in the other video, everything from the motor to the clutch to the gearing, the movement is there. The car goes into gear first, second, third, fourth, and reverse. But the thing is, it doesn't move how it's supposed to move. An easier description of this is like a slipping clutch, but the clutch is not slipping at all. It's grabbing and it's moving. So I fear that we fucked up something in the backside of the transmission. Again, things happen. So in order to prevent that from ever happening again, I bought myself line locks because again, I'm big brakes all around, not just in the front. So I'm pretty sure by me stomping on the brake, not stepping on the brake, caused that to do what it did. And then aside from that, having a used clutch and I cut a corner. Out of everything else, I cut one corner, and this is what happens as well. I burned out the clutch, the flywheel, and now, thanks to my mistake, now we'll have to see what else is messed up. But hopefully, we just take apart the rear end of the trans and see if something popped out of place there. Because the gears go in perfectly fine, but that's something we have to watch out. But this Saturday, I'm going to be at the Extreme Dimensions charity car show. The homie Andrew from Clutch Masters wanted me to take the car. I was low-key a little bit bummed out that I'm not gonna be able to drive the car there, but I'll definitely am gonna go take the car over there. I'm gonna tow it. Hopefully Diego lets me borrow his Dodge Ram, and then I'll just rent a U-Haul towing thing, and then load up the car and take it first thing in the morning on Saturday. and see you guys there. I'm gonna be posted with the Clutch Masters booth with alongside a Turbo S2K with shippy built goodies. That thing looks clean. But I'll definitely be there. I'll be there with Andrew again from Clutch Masters, and then gonna be with Becky, my girl, and then with that Turbo S2K. If you guys see me or want to ask any questions about my car there, perfectly fine. I'm not the type of person that's stuck up and not answering any questions. I do get sometimes bothered because I get asked the same question: how much it costs, what you do this. This is why I tend to put my stuff out there. I'm really not the type of person that would hide anything. A lot of people are self-protective on that. I don't know why. I mean, there's always going to be someone faster than you. There's always going to be someone better than you. But I'm just having fun with my build, and this is why I did my build. A lot of people try to talk shit. Perfectly fine. Everyone talks shit. I talk shit. My friends talk shit. People talk shit that I don't even know. It is what it is. But sometimes it does get under your skin. I'm not gonna lie, it does get under my skin too. But I learned with this build, not everyone's gonna be satisfied with what I do. Again, I only build this car for me and myself only. I wanted a car that I could beat on any day, any type of day, and just drive it home. Currently, right now, we're going through the hiccup stages, the little here and there things. If I tell you everything is going to be perfect on doing a swap, it never is. Again, if it was so easy, everyone would have done it. Everyone's going to say something about your build. Everyone's going to say something like, oh, why didn't you do it this way? Well, once you get your car, you do it that way, and you tell me how that goes, you know? But again, just continue doing what you're doing. And just, again, a lot of people are going to talk shit. A lot of people are going to talk smack. That doesn't really faze me as much anymore. I take it as a joke. I take it as a troll. I take it as like, okay. It's not going to change though what's going on now and going forward. In the end of the day, I'm perfectly happy with my car. It was a lot different from how it was before when it was VG. I get a lot of compliments on the car. I know there's a few things I still have to fix on the car. Again, we're pretty much right now we're just on the testing phases of everything. One thing's perfectly fine, then another thing goes bad. If it was so easy, again, like I keep on mentioning, and everyone would have done it. Name me another person that would have done it over here in SoCal. There's literally a handful of people that I know. But again, I'm just there to have fun, enjoy my car, and just have fun with it. And as well, if anyone's doing a swap, I highly recommend you do your research first before you get into this kind of stuff. Because honestly, my patient tolerance since I started the swap went from this to this. Because why? Because it took so long to do. It literally is time consuming. And aside from that, the money you have to spend on this. It's not that easy to just be like, oh, I'm just going to drop in a 2J in there. No, you got to find your transmission. You got to find your power goals. You got to think of everything and everything. Oh, what kind of power do I want? Oh, would this fit in my car? Oh, would this clear my car? Things like that. But yeah, so that is the questions and answers. Again, huge shout out to Juice Performance. He's been there through thick and thin, even though I've been annoying sometimes, and trust me, I've been annoying. He's always been there. Anytime I needed assistance with the car, he's always there. Shout out to Elite Z. He's another sponsor. I'm gonna probably put in my discount code right there is 50% off if whoever wants it. Again, I won that poll contest thing for sponsored Z with alongside with Blackbird. I'm gonna put my discount code in the description. I'll link down below. So that way you guys could get yourself some merch again from Elite Z. It's going to be a custom code, 50% off. So again, hats, shirts, lanyards, air fresheners, decals as well. Hopefully soon. But again, I feel like I need to involve my car somehow, some way in order to make these videos. Because again, I'm pretty sure this is why you guys are subscribed to me or looking at the videos because of my car. Which is perfectly fine with me because I'm not that type of person that just like, have something else other than my car. So yeah, so if you guys want to continue following the progress, subscribe, like, comment, share this video. Again, just subscribe and then the little bell, make sure you hit that as well, so that way you guys get notified whenever I post new videos or new content. More likely next week we're gonna probably tear apart the transmission and see what's going on. Again, Juice has a lot of things on his hands, so he doesn't really necessarily have time to just stop everything and just work on my car. And of course, I'm busy working. I got extremely lucky to get off on time today, but I'll definitely go whenever we have time. We're probably gonna get back to work on the 2J. I'll put up more videos again. A lot of people want to see more of the car, which is perfectly fine. Then stay tuned. I'm gonna have a little bit more parts coming in for the car, mostly aero parts, because again I need to get rid of the hatch and everything else, the hatch holes I would say. But yeah, so just again follow the build and let's see how we go. Again, it's your build, so just go ahead and just do your build, do your thing. Nothing wrong with taking a couple pointers from here and there from other people. And again, if you guys have any questions about my build or any info that you need about my build, just let me know. I'm not that type of guy that would just blow you off. I'll try my best. If I can't answer, it's probably because I'm busy where I work and it's hectic at my work. But again, until next time, deuces.